Is it time for the tribal chief to add the Royal Rumble, a second Royal Rumble to his resume? Is this the most wide open Royal Rumble we've ever seen? That's what I'm wondering. As we get ready, Roman Reigns has sent word through his wise man to Cody Rhodes especially that he is entering the 2025 Royal Rumble. So on this episode of Break It Down with Brian H., we're going to discuss who could be this year's Royal Rumble winner.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just going to keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, it is Royal Rumble season. Now, I'm not feeling this February 1st date for the Royal Rumble, and I blame the NFL. When you look back and you think about the way the structure of the schedule, it was always tradition. First of all, a fan like me who grew up watching sports in the 90s into the 2000s, my Januaries was set, right? The first week of the month was for the wild card round. The second week, divisional round. The third week, championship Sunday. The fourth week, Royal Rumble Sunday. And then the Super Bowl. Well, kind of got pushed back a little bit or whatever, but it still all made sense. Now you got this extra game in the NFL, and that pushes things back. Like last year, right? I'm in Tampa for the Royal Rumble, but it was the same week as Championship Sunday. So, like, I'm getting ready to board my flight back to Baltimore, and there's all these random people from Tampa talking about, yeah, we're going to Baltimore for the game today. We're going for the game. And that was when the Ravens played the Chiefs, and you all know how that ended. But it wasn't normal, you know? The year before that, I had a connected flight from San Antonio to Charlotte into Baltimore. And during that flight, again, the same thing. There was people in there watching the Eagles and the 49ers championship game. And I'm like, no, I don't like my Royal Rumble in the same weekend. Royal Rumble is supposed to take place during the weekend of the Pro Bowl, so I don't have to watch the Pro Bowl. But I digress. Folks, Roman Reigns has declared for the Royal Rumble. And if Roman wins, it's almost obvious he would challenge Cody Rhodes, right? Unless he doesn't. He could challenge Gunther, you know, get on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, or you could have the title switch where Roman, you know, because I think everybody's almost certain Roman Reigns is going to be on Netflix, right? I mean, he's the biggest star. I can see them forking out the most money. They want the tribal chief. I mean, his icon is on there, for goodness sakes. But I can see a situation where Roman Reigns does win the WWE Championship. Cody Roman 3. Sign me up. Yeah, I said it. Sign me up. Why? Because, I mean, back-to-back years, it was some of the greatest main events in WrestleMania history. When you think about the story and the build-up, and it delivered. Because the first one took you for a ride. It had you emotional. I saw so many fans, and I was loving it. Walking out of SoFi Stadium upset. And then year two, I was one of those people who was devastated as the tribal chief fell and Cody Rhodes was victorious. But I have to admit, it was really cool seeing so many people, whoa, and seeing the ring come down. Like, I've seen these moments on television. I watched WrestleMania 10 when Bret Hart won the championship and everybody came out there. But it was nothing like seeing that in person. You saw the passing of the torch. But there's a new tribal chief. There's one who's regained the reins. And the bloodline, if and when they shall come together, will be more dangerous. So why not? Now, let's be real. It's probably not going to happen. But the match I do want to see somehow, some way, I got to get my Roman Rock matchup. Give me Roman Rock at WrestleMania. So that leaves the question, because I'll talk more about that in weeks to come. Who could win this year's Royal Rumble? Could it be Randy Orton? Could it be John Cena? Could it be CM Punk? And then there's a lot of scenarios, right? That you could have you could have CM Punk win the Rumble and Seth Rollins beat Gunther en route, and boom, you have that matchup at WrestleMania for the championship. Marquee matchup, night 1 or maybe night 2, main event, right? That was the real Dwayne Allen say, huh? So I'm very interested to see where they go with this. Kevin Owens, actually, you know what? I said Kevin Owens earlier. Scratch that. We all know he's in a championship match. I don't like seeing, if you're in the championship match, I don't like seeing challengers come out and get a second shot, right? I'm old school. Razor Ramon challenged Bret the Hitman Hart for the WWE Championship in the 1993 Royal Rumble. Razor Ramon was not in the Royal Rumble match. Razor Ramon, fun fact, never was in a Royal Rumble match because in 94, he was 94, I'm pretty sure he was defending the Intercontinental Championship, right? I'm drawing a huge blank. 95, I know he was defending the championship against Jeff Jarrett. 95, he was defending the championship against Goldust. Actually, that was the 96 Royal Rumble, so 95 was Jeff Jarrett. Nonetheless, it's obvious, right? Some people don't, like if you're in a championship match, you don't get in the Royal Rumble match. Now, Intercontinental titles sometimes, but I think the roster is big enough where they don't have to, right? Like, let's be real. It's like, okay, the odds of you winning is very unlikely. Just wrestle the match, had the rest of the night off. So a Gunther-less Royal Rumble will be very interesting. Give or take, he doesn't lose the championship in the next few weeks. But I'm very interested to see how wide open is this Royal Rumble? Is this the most wide open that we've seen in years? You go back to the 2022 Royal Rumble. Well, that was won by Brock Lesnar, I believe, who would later win the WWE Championship or somehow, some way. I believe Brock Lesnar won that. Yeah, because it was like, why? 21 was Edge. That was not so obvious. Maybe it was obvious, but didn't feel like it. 2020 was that who? What? Tag? I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, because Drew McIntyre won the title. Duh. But, and Drew had the momentum going in. You know what I mean? He had the momentum, so you kind of felt that shift like, wait, McIntyre's building. The last couple years, we knew Cody Rhodes come back when, the injury, we knew it was going to be Cody Rhodes. Last year, there was a thought that it would be CM Punk, but most people felt Cody's going to finish the story this year. When they did the whole teaser during the summertime, when Cody and Roman looked at each other, you kind of felt it. You said, all right, they're going to run it back next year. If we don't get Rock and Roman, they're going to run it back. And we all know the fiasco with that. But I think this year is wide open. I would love to see The Rock win it. I would love to see a matchup with Rock and Roman, but I would love to see somehow, how would that happen? But if The Rock wins it, obviously it just doesn't seem like it would be him and Roman. It just don't. So I want to know, what do you think? Who is the favorite to win the Royal Rumble? Because right now it's wide open. As much as I would love to see Roman Reigns, and this is kayfabe, folks, I want to see Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble and then go into WrestleMania and defeat Cody Rhodes and regain that WWE Championship that he shouldn't have lost in the first place. I'm just saying, Roman was still champ. That would be another record that y'all could erase Hogan in the modern era. But ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. As we look to see who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble, how wide open it is. I'm pretty sure we'll talk more about this on this week's episode of the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. But make sure, before I get out of here, because I'm running low on battery, I ain't going to hold you. That's why I keep looking down at the voice recorder. But before we get out of here, I want to remind you, you can save money. Save some money. If you're a podcaster, you want to use Opus Clip, Use it right now. Click the link in the bio. You can also save money on your tickets. If you're trying to go to the AFC divisional playoffs where you get to see the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Houston Texans, or the Buffalo Bills take on the Baltimore Ravens, you can save $50 on your seats using the code, actually $20, sorry. Save $20 using the code Wrestling Realm on SeatGeek on tickets, $50 or more. Until the next time, folks, make sure you check out Championship Culture this week. Make sure you check out the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. Click on the links in the bio. So long, everyone.